A big thank you to the Ayersville cheerleaders and students section. How about that intro, Chuck?
Great intro, great intro. So they manned up in the cold weather and stayed out there for us, so that's great.
Fantastic. Welcome to week 11, a special playoff edition of the Tim and Chuck High School Football Show presented by Baton Stevens Body Shop. We are here on location at Frickers. As always, Chuck, it's playoff time.
Playoffs, man. The regular season just went by fast, Tim. Hard to believe it's week 11, but it's time to start seeing who's going to get the ring.
Well, it's going to be fun. I mean, this time of year always is. We got a few teams in from the playoff or from the area in the playoffs. Not like in years past, but here's kind of the rundown. Genoa will be at Wauseon in Division 4 Friday, 7:30. We got Delta at Liberty Benton Saturday night. That's in Division 5. Yep. We've got Wayne Trace and Tinora. Of course, we'll be talking about that one.
Yep.
That's also Part Do. Yes, exactly. We'll be talking about that. That one is Friday night at 7:30 at Tinora. And then in Division 7, you've got Leipsic at Tiffin Calvert, and you got Pandora-Gilboa and Columbus Grove matching up. What do you think about the area, Chuck?
Boy, you know, it's like you said, not a whole lot of teams from what we've seen in years past, but I think it's definitely going to be some good football this weekend.
Well, let's talk about two games this week, Chuck, and let's start in Division 6, Region 20. Part due, as you said. Wayne Trace, 8th in the region, going on the road to take on Tinora. Tinora got them in the regular season like they did last year. Last year, Wayne Trace got them and went on to play for a state championship. What do you think about this year?
You know, you look at that, you're two teams from the same league. This is going to be their 4th game in a year. I mean, that's crazy, and it's hard to beat a team once, let alone twice. So it's really going to be a great matchup between two teams that are really coming in fired up, and I think both of them have a lot to prove.
Keys, maybe starting with Tinora, maybe offensively for them. What do they have to do?
Oh yeah, offensively for Tinora, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. You know, they got to get down behind that big offensive line that just likes to manhandle people and push them all over the place and give the ball to Noggle and Garrison. They'll be good to go. You know, that's what they do. That's what they've done all year. Don't stray. You know, ride the horse that got you there.
Well, you know, everyone talks about their running game. Obviously, it's very good, but Reverend Renolette and Hunter Vogel have hooked up quite a bit this year too.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that there's a chemistry between those two guys. And what makes it hard is that, you know, Vogel is one of those great blockers up front, and then when they release him from the tight end spot, a lot of times it's hard to pick him up coming through out into the pattern. So Wayne Trace is really going to have to focus on where he's at all times, because again, the chemistry between those two guys has really been great this year.
Well, let's flip it over. Talk about Wayne Trace's offense run by Tyler the Showalter. He's without David Sin again. He's got that broken foot. So other guys are going to have to step up for them offensively. Yeah,
you know, and they've got guys like Dingus, who has really had a great year this year, and Tyler's going to, in that spread offense, he's going to have his options open, and again, it's just a matter of executing. And when you run the spread offense, hopefully no snow this week, and maybe that'll help them a little bit.
What does Tinora need to do to get another W defensively?
Boy, defensively, they just got to try to limit Showalter and what he can do. He can hurt you in so many ways. He can hurt you with his feet. He can hurt you with his arm. And, you know, again, another big offensive line that Wayne Trace has too, that buys him the time that he needs to just sit back in the pocket and pick and choose who he wants to distribute the ball to.
Yeah, it should be a packed crowd at Tinora on Friday night. Another great matchup. It should be very, very fun.
Oh yeah, it's going to be. And you know, it's not just going to be Tinora and Wayne Trace people. There's going to be Ayersville people and Edgerton people and Paulding people and Defiance people. There's going to be people from all over our 6th county area there to watch this showdown.
Well, let's move ahead to another game Friday night. Genoa comes in 8-2, led by Jacob Wojciechowski. I think that's how you say it. It's a hard name.
I'll buy it. Okay.
Yeah, the big bruising running back.
That's why I was always in the newspaper, because you don't have to pronounce it.
Yeah, until right now. Exactly. Right. They're going to be at Wauseon, unbeaten. Wauseon's at home. What do you think about this matchup, Chuck?
Oh, you know, it's two great teams. I mean, you're looking at a Genoa team that has scored 40 points at least 6 times this year. So, you know, they can really put up the offensive numbers when they need to, and Wauseon's going to have to try to counter that with their own balanced offensive attack, but I think Wauseon's put up the numbers too.
Well, the one thing I think that people are going to see on Friday night at Wauseon is a physical game. People are going to be beating each other up all night long.
Oh yeah, you know what? Wauseon, it's a blue-collar football team. You know, they get down, get after it. They're not pretty, and they don't, you know, prance around and do all the pretty fun stuff. You know, hey, they're going to come out, smash mouth football.
Well, what's Wauseon have to do offensively against this Genoa defense?
Yeah, I think they just have to do the things that they do. Their quarterback's the trigger man. When he's going, the team's going, both in the run and the pass, and he's really done a great job this year of putting up numbers on the ground and in the air.
Yeah, Zach Robinson, he's thrown for 18 and run for 16, like you said. Now, how about flipping it over? How are they going to slow down that running attack from Genoa? Wasion comes in led by Jacob Flory and Anthony Werder on defense.
Yeah, and when you're dealing with a stopping and running game like that, you just have to play sound defense. You go back to old school football. Hey, gap control, everybody control your gap, everybody do your job and contain things and not give up the big play.
Well, those are the two big games that we'll be keeping an eye on this week. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Did you know that you can have complete access to stories, pictures, and the Crescent News e-edition at Crescent-News.com for just $7 a month? Become an online subscriber to Crescent-News.com by calling me, Abby, at 419-784-5441, extension 233, or visiting the Crescent News online subscribe section on the top right-hand corner of our homepage. And remember, Crescent News print subscribers, you have complete access at Crescent-News.com for no additional charge.
And we are back, Chuck, and it's time to hand out awards, the last ones of the regular season.
That's right, the last hardware.
Let's start with the Rose Insurance Collision of the Week. What do they say about that, Chuck?
They say, Tim, that a hit by any other name would not be the Rose Insurance Collision of the Week.
Break it down for me, Chuck.
Okay, I'm going to break it down. Here we go from the Ayersville-Tinora game. Over there at Cresswell Stadium, you got Tinora's Riley Noggle. He takes the handoff and tries to get wide. Okay, Brave Martin does a great job of secondary forcing him back inside. Katie Dubs does a good job of getting outside, getting to his outside shoulder, making him cut back. Then Jake Lamb grabs a leg, and then here comes Dawson Dales, double D, doing a little Superman. Bam, right into the ground for both of them.
And then after the play is over, Dawson helps him up. Great sportsmanship, great hit. What a play. Yeah. Well, let's talk about the STAFFMARK play of the week. Obviously from that same game, we've got Tenora's Alex Garreau, takes the handoff, hits the hole. Ayersville's Jake Miller just misses him, kind of takes a bad angle, but he has to do some legwork. He starts running down the sideline. He has to get past Braden Martin. He just does and goes in to score, Chuck. Big score. They go on to win that game 19-9.
Yeah, broke our back, really sealed the game for him.
Yeah.
And that was a heck of a run.
Yeah, that's the STAFFMARK play of the week. So, Chuck, here's the question we ask every week.
Yep.
Where's Ethan going to be?
I don't know. But my guess is he's probably been there before.
Probably, Chuck. Wayne Trace at Tinora, of course. The big matchup, the big GMC rematch playoff game. Of course, Ethan will be there. And Ethan, what a great job he's done this year. Last week he was at that Tinora-Ayersville game, getting
brave
footage
the
of,
elements.
Well, yeah, the snow and the rain and the wind
and crazy people.
It was cold. Plus, he got some footage of Ayersville's defensive coordinator, a guy by the name of Chuck Martinez Brandon. Check this out. Fired up, Chuck.
Hey, yeah, you got to get after it, man. There was no tomorrow. Our kids really put it on the line, and games like that, man, just got to put it on the line and get crazy.
Well, we'd like to thank our sponsors. They've been fantastic all year. Yep. Our title sponsor, Batten Stevens Body Shop, Frickers for hosting the show, Rose Insurance, STAFFMARK. They're going to continue to be with us during the playoffs. Should be fun as far as our teams go. As always, check us out on our Facebook page, the Tim and Chuck High School Football Show. We're on Twitter and on Friday night. Don't forget to go to www.crescent-news.com for scores and coverage of all the playoff games. Week 11 starts this week.
There is no tomorrow.
See you for Week 12.